All right, storytelling Ron here, and I am tired. This is tired. Been working. This Kickstarter has been kicking my butt. It's been really a wild, awesome ride. 10 to 12 hours a day, 6 days a week. I definitely took Sundays off. But this has been a blast. I really enjoyed it. I'm exhausted. I'm kind of brain dead, but I'm gonna keep going. I still got to do the score, which is definitely, which thankfully is different brain cells than what I've been doing for the last month or so. But here is the Goblin Fortress, and I'm going to show you how I put it in Roll20, so that you my backers and anyone else that wants to get this off my website can put this on Roll20 if they want to do it that way. And I might even use this for my screen on my table. I'm not sure if I'm gonna use this or not. I can just use my Photoshop. I think I don't know. I'm kind of, I'm old and stubborn and kind of stuck in my ways, so I may not be too innovative. But if you all can come up with something. But this is a huge JPEG file. It's under 10 megabytes. That's the size, maximum size I realized in Roll20 to load a map or any image. So I got these down just under 10 megabytes, all three of the maps. And they're all here. I put them in. And here's the settings. I want to show you this. So the settings, if you can see this, is the important number is this final number. If I put in 70 pixels per inch, I believe, and then this number's then this number comes out in my the actual ratio of the image in my Photoshop. So here it is. These are the numbers you want. I added this to my PDF assets. If you've gotten the backers that got all the assets with the miniatures and the cheat sheets for the creature listings and all that, this is at the end of it. And this should work also for Foundry. I'll go into Foundry here at the end of this video when I blab about Foundry and Owlbear Rodeo. But for now, Roll20 is really kind of what I'm using right now, and it's working for me. I like it. It's robust but simple. I found Foundry very robust but complicated, and then Owlbear very simple and not what I want to. Probably good for just quick and dirty. But I feel like this is going to be an epic thing, and Roll20 is really good for me for this. But anyway, okay. So that's the settings. That seems to be about right, because if you and I put the map in, and if you this is about it looks like it's about the right height. I adjusted the goblins and that's one thing I like about this. It's very easy to adjust your dudes, to whatever scale you feel like. They'll fit on here. And this is I did get a little worried, because as I'm moving around, maybe the scale gets a little off, but then I realized I was drawing this for goblins, so the scale is going to be a little weird and tight in a lot of places, and I think that's going to be interesting. It's going to be different. And I've never DM'd this kind of a map. I mean, I have a little bit, but man, I made this, and I'm like, I don't even know what's going to happen when I start DMing this one. And I made it very open like that, so you guys can mess around. It's kind of sandboxy. Okay, and let me just give you a quick concept. Well, let me go through the maps, and then I'll tell you my DMing style. So here's Goblin Fortress. Ooh, look at this map. This is a big map. Okay, so this is it. This is the whole thing. A lot of things to do here. I'll go into detail. I first want to just go through the lesson or the tutorial or whatever. But that's really, I guess that's a tutorial. Let me go into the dynamic lighting and what I did. So I'm going to switch over to the tunnels, which is the second level. The same settings as far as the, this. And I have dynamic lighting on now for this one. I didn't do it for I don't think you need it for this one. You can if you want, but I don't think you're going to need it for that one. But let me show you this one. Okay. So this is the level below, and this is a giant. They live over here. Yeah, it's very tight too, even for the giants. It's tight spacing. But I'm kind of going all over the place. But anyway, let me show you. Okay, here's a dude, and there's a bugbear, and there's a goblin somewhere. There's a goblin in here. Now look, it's pretty tight. These spaces are pretty tight. But this is a larger goblin too, like a. He probably should be about like that. But this design, this drawing of a goblin is meant to be one of the tougher ones. But anyway, but there's smaller ones too, and yeah, they squeeze through, and probably are only wearing leather or whatever, not even full armor. And this is the king's throne. It's a pretty tight space. I mean, look at that. Oh, let me get to the lighting. Boom, there it is. So, I got this goblin or bugbear in here because bugbears are down here. But I really, I got the this is the inside of the keep. This is the perimeter, but it's a little tight right here. Sorry about that, but it's just the way I drew it. And then this is where his pet warg lives, and this is where the blacksmithing goblins are at. And then they have a little hole they go down, and this is where the bugbears hang out. So this is going to be a really tight and fun map, I think. For, I don't know if anyone's ever played like this, like, whoa, look at all this, coming down here. Oh, am I blocking it? And do a lot of terrain tests, especially if they're in armor. Give them some difficulties, man, because they're. Oh, I can make a wall right there. Aha. Okay. Oh, let me show you that. So, how do you make? And you probably already know, most of you, but anyway, I'm gonna do a little tutorial here on making walls. So first, you have to go into dynamic lighting layer. You can see that. It's a little off there on the screen. Move this over real quick. Right. And right. Okay, can you see them? Little sound effects. Okay, so you go into dynamic lighting layer. Okay, so then you see that, and then you just do your polygon lines here. You just start doing it, and then you pick a color. And I picked red because it's easy to see. So and then you do mouse click, and then right click to finish. And you can do Control Z to undo if you make a mistake, or you can go into tokens level to if you need, or just select and move if you need to pick one. Not in tokens, just in dynamic lighting. And if you need to delete it, and redo it. And what I do you got to be aware of these walls right here as well. And I'm sorry if I figure out a way to put this on Roll20 for you to get, I will. But I'm brain dead right now. I can't. If you guys know how to, let me know, and I can get this to you. But I just did my own. See, it's the whole map here. I just just figured it out. But again, you got to look carefully at okay. So this I might want to add a little more here, but I'm not gonna do it right now. But right here, you see there's this. You might think you're only going to do this shape here, but you're probably going to need a line there to block off this wall from this one. So just be aware of that when you make this. You got to look for those. And what I did is I tested it by moving a guy around and just looking at how the lighting looked for me. I can't use my mouse to move around. But so like for instance this wall. So when I had a guy walk through here, his light shined into the pool. But no, you got to have a wall there, a blockage. So let me just show you that real quick. Go back to objects and tokens. Where's my dude? Click on Control L to see just their lighting. Oops. Well, I'm going to make them lose some weight. Okay, move them over here. This is the butcher. Below, there's the tower above where the goblin keep is. And this door right here, by the way, yeah, you got to look at that. He's got to have to bend over. This is a goblin. This is a goblin ray, he's got to bend over, and it's going to be very disadvantaging to do things. I'm gonna, you got to explain that to him. And exhausting. But this comes out to the first level, by the way, out to the cave, and then there's another door here. Oh no, this is the hermit. So he's up. Yeah, this is his own space in the wagon, the upside down wagon. But down here, there it is. No, that's the hermit. I mean, I could turn that light off, and here, let me just. Deselect him. This one goes outside. This one, this goes outside too. That one goes outside, and these two go outside. So if you ever need to do that, let me go back to this, and I want to show you that wall again. Right here. See, so there's a tunnel that goes in here, but you got to put that wall there to make sure you kind of, so they only see it, when they get to here, kind of thing. So there's that little, little tedium that you have to do to make these maps work in Roll20. And again, if I could give you this map pre-made like this, I will. And if anyone knows how to do that, like somehow I send this, I don't know how to send this to you through Roll20 or whatever. Maybe I could give you the game. I don't know if I can even do that. But if you guys know how, please message me or comment on how I could just give you this game and you can take this and run with it. Although I won't give you the artwork unless you're whatever. I don't know how that works either. Okay, so yeah, these are my tokens, and these tokens, you get a lot of the goblin tokens. You get all the goblin tokens for this game and all the creatures for this game or this setting if you buy my Goblin Fortress package deal, or the whole shamoo. So this is the map, and this is how they're going to be going through it. Pretty cool. Oh, and so the dynamic lighting is set to on in the map. Where are we? Yeah, we're in this one. Okay. Let me just look. Dynamic on, and that's it. Just oh, and I put the GM darkness opacity to 0%, just so, because you see their lighting when you do Control L. When you click on their player unit or whatever unit, and you give them lighting, you'll see their lighting when you do Control L. And if you turn it off, then you get that 0%, and you can see everything yourself. And this guy right here, he doesn't have any character, no one, anything. But I give him lighting, so you got to turn the vision on. And what I like to do is for the bright light, I like to go pretty low. And then for the low light, I like to do that as kind of like the main light, because it fades out. It fades out like nicer than if you use the bright light. I like it to feel dark in there. But let me show you what it looks like if I did more bright light, and see how I turn this down too. Let me turn that all the way up, and we'll just take a look at it, just to take a look. And obviously, this is something you want to tweak too. Yeah, see how bright this is? That's just too bright for me. Like, it just doesn't give it good ambiance. That's too bright. Okay, and I wish they would do colors, man. I'm looking on Roll20, and they haven't. A lot of people are asking for it, but they haven't done it. I mean, I guess this is new. So turn this down. Let me try that. Ooh, see, I don't like this bright circle thing here. So that's why I turn the bright down. I mean, like practically to 1. Let me try 1 just for the fun of it. And the low light, I'll keep it at 20. All right, that's a little too low. Let's try 5 feet. 5. And then this is, I'm going to put this in the middle. Yeah, that's a little better. So, depending on what they use as a light source. I mean, if they have like, like one of the characters uses his dancing lights. Oops. In my Rime of the Frostmaiden, which is totally awesome, smart. So he can have a dancing light, which is my little fire thing there. I probably should do more of these. I think I got this off the internet actually, but I should do some more lighting effect tokens that you can use for this. And just do 1 foot, low light, 20 feet, and we'll keep it at that. That way he can move it around. There's his. That's what he does. He's got like 3 of these, and he moves them around. And since it's a cantrip, no big deal. Yeah, but you got to keep them together. But still, he can light the room and fight in the arena. So yeah, this is dun, dun. Whoa! Slip DC 14, 15, slip flag. And then the Roper. That's the Roper column. Oh, and then of course after he defeats that and he's weak. And it's funny because when I drew these, I thought they would be bigger, but they're smaller. I gotta. That one thing I gotta be more conscious of scale and also lighting. I want to put more lighting features in there, like torch areas. There was some candles, but not many for my next maps. Just be aware of that. But then I have to break those out into component pieces that you can put in there and light them. I wish you could or I'll figure out some PNG file that you can light and just put it in there. But anyway, so this got that little tunnel under there, and this is a very small pool, but it is kind of small. I mean, it's a goblin area, so he can swim down there and be pretty, not too tough, but tough. And then go through the underground tunnel, and then into that's a tight-fitting place to rest and heal up and get some little healing berries. But that's the pool of respite or whatever it was, resting pool. And he got stuck by a grabber, or some creature got him and bringing him down. And then, so how are you going to get through there? I got to get some potions. Oh, I got to make some shrinking potions for sure. I do have some, I believe, in the goblin thing. I got to check that out. So, I can't remember everything. Okay, so that's it. Okay, there you are. These are the maps. I'll show you the temple one. You probably shouldn't see this one because it's so awesome. And this guy's got lighting, I believe. What? Yep. Oh, oops. The lighting's on. What's going on here? See, this is the one little thing about this. Okay, see, it's supposed to be at 0%. What the heck? Does this guy have it on? Yeah. You should be working. Control L. Alright, so that's something I gotta figure out. Why isn't this working? See? So that's one issue. I can get it to work. I have gotten it to work. And I have experienced the same issue. Let me turn this off. Okay, and then turn you back on. That gonna work? Oh no. Yeah, let me mess with this and I'll get right back up on. Okay, I don't know. I just kind of redid things until it started working correctly. I don't know. What did I do differently to make it start? Because it was not working for until I kept turning it on and off and running through. So I don't know. That's kind of what you have to do. I kind of just went through it all the steps, and then it finally started working. So I don't know. It's very strange. Okay, so this is a freaky area, and then you got the secret door to the finale. I'm ruining it for everyone. Oh, you better just be a DM. So here you go, and this was tricky, you know, all the little walls and the doors. So you really gotta, as a DM, please be aware of these doors and these situations. So when your players are wondering what, you know, obviously they can't see that this is a door, but you need to tell them that there's an iron door over here, so they know that there's a door there, because you know that's one weakness of doing drawings like this instead of straight down, is that they can't see the door, you know, everything perfectly. But you know, because I wanted to work these closed doors like that one there. See? Yeah, it'd be cool if we could have doors where we could turn it on and off, kind of thing. And there is a secret passageway here, so you just got to be aware of that maybe they'll spot the little secret passageway to go through and come to here, come out underneath the table, you know, crawl and what am I doing? So, let me show you this massive area. This is where there are going to be some creepy blood bugs stuck in there, and this is a fire ward. This is the main where they create the bug bloods, demon infested. And this is their protection area. And there's the arena where they have the blood ritual. And of course, all the goblins that die or fall off this, and they fall down dead here. But then, of course, there's all this foul creatures that pop out of the mud and muck and attack and take them for feasting. And this is where the big blood bug lives. He's a tough, very tough dude. And then his sort of rival, kind of like an aboleth, but see, oh yeah, living in here. That's going to be some tough terrain to deal with. And yes, treasures are everywhere. You better, as a DM, better make them want to go everywhere. Get those treasures. Anyway, so there's the maps. This is a map I did for Kickstarter. Obviously, you can use this on Photoshop or GIMP or whatever on your TV, on your widescreen. I have mine on my table, laying in a cutout down recessed in there. And that's how I'm going to be playing this one. Well, if I do it at home. But if I do it online, this is what I'll be using through Roll20. So that's my little tutorial. Now I'm going to go into a little bit of Foundry. Oh, man, I was very disappointed with Foundry. It's just trying to get a map on and trying to get a few tokens thrown in was very difficult. And I don't like the way... Maybe my brain cells are used up. I just can't go anymore. Let me pull it up real quick. Hold on. Okay, even this I find kind of disappointing. Like, it just doesn't feel... it feels very like I'm a programmer or something. Anyway. You know, this is like I'm a programmer. I feel like a programmer doing this. Not really, you know. I know it's got some really good stuff, and I'm not trying to criticize it. I know some people love it, so that's fine. But I really had a hard time dealing with this and figuring this out. And then putting tokens in here was really hard. And then I can't resize them. I have to do some weird. See, I can't make them bigger. I just don't know enough to, you know. But then I have to do this, and this is very strange. And then I got to do this, and see all this, and then I got to go through all this stuff, and I'm like, what? And I'm trying to just resize. What did I do to resize it before? What settings? Oh, image. Okay, here, and I'm kind of guessing here, I guess. See, so I'm doing that. And then I made this one, but I used my artwork, but it didn't come through. What? See, you can see it right up here. That's my artwork. There it is. I don't know why it's not coming through there. And then, so then it was really hard to like pull in. I had to it was not, I thought I could drag and drop the, my images, my tokens right here, but no, you got to go through, I guess you got to load them up in tiles or something. Where's the tiles? Now I don't even know. Okay, here they are. I loaded them up here, which I guess was okay, but now I don't know how to organize this. I don't know where things go. It's just, I was just like, I try to put this in there. It doesn't work. I don't, you know, why can't I get them? I don't know. So it's just like I think they just try to throw in a lot of power in this thing, and then sort of forgot about someone that just wanted to throw things in there really quickly. Like I just want to throw in some PNGs right here, and then just throw it on here without having to deal with this stuff, or without having to create, or which is what these are, create actors. Or, well, I actually imported them from here. I just kind of got lucky to looked around. I imported them through here, through the monster manual, and then I replaced the artwork with my own. But, or only a couple here, because it's just kind of clunky the way I had it. Where did that one go? Oh, I moved. I don't know. It just got moved. And then to drag it over here and see it. What? It's not even. So now it's. I don't know why it's not showing the other. You know, like, and this. I don't want all this info either. Like, maybe it's an optional thing. I really wish I do like Roll20 where I can just, I just throw in the PNG all by itself, all by its lonesome. No, I don't have to do anything. That's it. It's done, ready to go. I just plop it in. I just grab some of this artwork and then slide it in, and it's ready to go. And I can put whatever numbers I want here. So this is like, this is the attack, hit points, and the armor. Whatever, and that's all I really want for this, you know what I mean? But that other thing is like, I couldn't even figure out how to put a weapon in there, like just a bonus. I just wanted a couple numbers around it that I could remind myself of what to do for Foundry, and I couldn't figure it out, and I don't know how to turn the grid off, so I'm just kind of tired, and I know this is robust, I know people love it, but I don't want to. I've already put all my brain cells into Roll20, so I'm probably going to stick with Roll20 now that I've just kind of messed with this, and I'm like, ugh, and I paid for it, but whatever, that's fine. Yeah. Anyway, so that, and I don't want to. Anyway, so that's Foundry. I don't know. I'm not trying to criticize them. I just telling you I don't know how to work it, but it's workable. If you can do it, if you love Foundry, you can do it. You can obviously put in my tokens, and you can, it's there. It's you have fun. Okay, so there's that. Let me do Albert. Okay, so Albert. So here I loaded the map, as you can see. This is Albert. Yeah. And it's just it's clunkier. It's clunkier. I can't even like really zoom very well. And I did. Oh, okay. What's going on? Okay, and I tried to. Okay, stop moving around. I tried to, obviously here with a pencil, you can adjust the size or something. And I tried to, so that the tokens, because the tokens are a little big for this map. And so I tried adjusting the rows and columns on this one. And then I tried adjusting this little graph thing on this thing, thinking they would try to scale it or something, but it didn't seem to work. Because the tokens are still too big, a little too big. And this is the smallest I can make these tokens. And this does have the concept of dragging and dropping, but very minimal. I can't do much. And see, it's chugging along. So, and this is all I can do with. And see, I've already shrinked it down as much as I can. I feel like they should be a little smaller than this. I mean, this isn't bad. It's kind of like inching its way up to a larger scale miniature, but like Warhammer 40K has been doing. But I can't get it any smaller in the time that I put to try to figure out Albert. Anyway, this is there. You can do it in here if you're familiar with Albert. It's a big file, so it's I can't really. That part is kind of bummer. So there's that. Okay, so let me go back to yes. Okay, I'm sorry, but I like Roll20. I'm just used to it. It's the first one I used. It's a little bit better. See, I guess Foundry was a little more easier, but I can still use And Roll20 has plenty of problems, you know, bugs and that lighting thing. So one other, I'm just rambling on, I know, but anyway, one other thing, if you've stayed with me this long, here's the concept of, and I put it in the book, but here's the concept. If you come along, right, and with your party, I would say that at the beginning, the wizards and the druid, some wizards, some druid, some ranger, whatever, they're going to tell you what's going on, at least on the surface. And maybe the druid flew over it as an eagle, or the ranger was able to scout it out, or the wizard took a snapshot of it somehow with his crystal ball or whatever. So they're going to have sort of maybe a map or image of this, and or the players are there, and they get to see this. And that's the way I'm going to let them do it, is that they get this, so they can decide how do we sneak in. I have no idea how they're going to sneak in. I have no idea what they're going to do. You do know what's what. Well, there's Gricks down here and Sturges over here, and if they go over here, they're going to be fighting tough things really fast that are very organized. Over here, not as organized, right? So if they go and attack this tower, and especially if it's in the bright daylight, no one's going to bother them. They're going to, yeah, and the goblins are going to be yelling and screaming and fighting them. And and if they do attack this tower, by the way, you got to move to this one. See, so here it is. So you're going to have them go back and forth. So make sure you have their tokens ready on each of the maps. If they climb up and down through here, if they go down through here, and then if they come out, right, because they got to come out. They'll come out here. Okay, and if it's during the hot of the day, everyone's going to be kind of inside. There'll be a few not this many, but there'll be a few goblins out trying to watch, but most of them won't. They'll probably be sleeping, snoring, fighting inside their little tents and bickering. And again, if the players attack and kill the boar, there'll be some boars, but they'll probably ignore them. So they could probably just go around them. But let's say they kill them, then these goblins are going to come out and attack them. But that's about it. And maybe these ones will come over here. But that's about it. You're not going to have a whole army because the whole place is jealous of each other. There's so much infighting amongst the goblins and the ogres and the bugbears that they don't want to help each other. And if someone gets killed off, they're like, and they don't believe it's intruders. They believe it's other goblins fighting and taking over territory. It's like a territorial fight, like gang warfare. That's all they think it is. They don't believe at all that outsiders or humans are good, are going to be sneaking in because the Goblin Fortress are so powerful. So they're just going to ignore it as in that respect. The only time that an entire force is summoned is when the Goblin King summons a war party. That's when everything goes crazy and they all come forth and they all start building, the wagons and building those temporary wagons and rebuild the bridge and then move out and do their thing and go attack, the town. I definitely, you should definitely emphasize that too, like that they should care about wherever they're coming from, like the Duchess or whoever. And then when they find out we're gonna go attack the Duchess, then they can go and help, and they should be in that mid-level range when when that happens, when the Goblin King calls for the war party, and they go do a siege warfare. I did not draw a Duchess castle or village, sorry. So, but you're gonna have fun with figuring that one out. I probably should, but I just doing the Goblin Fortress. Okay, and then. When they go to different areas, like I said, they're never going to be too bothered by too many others. Others will come. As a DM, there's a little chart there. You can make some little rolls, or make decide for yourself. Maybe some groups of goblins or an ogre or a bugbear goes and investigates them. But again, they're not sounding alarms. They're going there to try to take advantage of the situation, or exploit the situation. That's all it is. So literally, this is like a dungeon. This is a dungeon crawl, except it's on the surface, and they're all doing their own thing. And there's going to be treasure everywhere. There's even in this OTO arena. There's treasure in there, and they can tell there is down there, stuck in the mud and stuff. Whether they can go down and kill the Otilg and search around or not, I don't know. And make that difficult, extremely difficult, and make some goblins come and check them out. If they do that. So anyway, that's the Goblin Fortress. I want to just kind of go through that. And same with the tunnels, same thing. If they're fighting the trolls in this room, the Hagsy is not going to come over there and help them. That she's like, they're just arguing and fighting again. She doesn't care. Same with. If there's some guards here, the acolytes are here and are just going to ignore that. If there's any fighting or anything, because they're all doing their own thing. And yeah. Oh man, I'm exhausted. Anyway, so that's the Goblin Fortress. This is this is my first successful Kickstarter. I did a couple of goofy ones, and I am doing another one. I probably should not be taking this 180 or whatever it's called. I'm taking a left turn, doing some Star Wars role-playing game maps, which are going to be like this. I have already done a few already, and I'll hopefully be able to show that soon on Kickstarter. And the other thing I want to do is with the Goblin Fortress is then do I think what I want to do is a swamp one next with bullywugs. I really want to go into bullywugs and really delve into them as a bunch of different wares and draw them all out. Do all and let me show you real quick. Okay, so here is like all of the minis I drew. Some of them I had from previously, like the giants, and some of the goblins and some of the bugbears and stuff. But this is all the things I drew for the Goblin Fortress. Like these are all paper miniatures and tokens. So, and you can make a big old army with all these goblin mobs. Little trio of bug boars. These are bug boars. These are the original creature in my thing. These are bug trolls. A little carrion swarm there that attacks. Otios, wagons, war carts rather, and war wagon. Two war wagons here that you can use. And some mobs or swarms and stuff of rats. And here's a roper. These are all included. So you get maps, you get a book campaign setting if you're interested, and then all these miniatures to use. Okay, so that's my Goblin Fortress. I'm tired, and it was a blast to do. I still got to do the MP3, so this music, and that'll be fun. And then I gotta hopefully gather those guys together to do a couple of gaming sessions. I'm gonna DM the Goblin Fortress. I have no idea how that's gonna play out. All right, thanks for listening, and I'm tired, like I said.